They say that some of our greatest strengths are forged in our hardest moments. Our next guest is a master of that transformation. As the founder of the Phoenix Path Collective, Krista Rooney helps people navigate life's fire moments and emerge stronger, wiser, and more aligned. She's a guide for anyone looking to reinvent themselves. Please welcome the visionary behind the Phoenix Path, Krista Rooney. And Krista, I know you have a background in biology and biochemistry. How did those two
Yes.
worlds come together in the Phoenix Path?
Well, it started out in college. I loved animals. I loved water. I worked with a lot of water restoration companies. And so, even in high school, I was just loving the environment and excited about it. So, when I went into college, it was just natural for me to go into biology. The more I learned about biology, the more I loved the body, studying the body, which then led to the biochemistry, microbiology, and all the biologies. And I just wanted to learn more. Just, I never could learn enough about how the body works. It's completely fascinating to me. And not only how it works, that we can heal ourselves, that our body inherently heals itself. And so that was essentially the motivation behind my college education.
You often work with people who look like they have it all together on the outside, but they're pretending they're fine underneath and they're really not. Why is faking it so damaging to our nervous systems?
Yeah, so our nervous system, we can't fool our nervous system. It knows when we're faking it. And so when we live in this place of hypervigilance, and we're always trying to do everything perfect, and trying to keep ourselves safe. And it just cues our nervous system to always be revved high. So when we are always revved high and in this hypervigilant state, we are not able to really be who we're supposed to be. We kind of pretend like everything's fine because we want everyone to know that we're okay, so their nervous systems don't get dysregulated, which doesn't help ours. So it's really important for us in this, especially in this day and age, when there's a lot of things in the world happening that can cause a lot of nervous system dysregulation. There's a lot of things that kind of people are afraid of right now. And so really getting them to understand that we have the control to bring our body back into balance. And why that's so important is so that we can live an authentic life. We can figure out what makes us happy, because when we're happy and we put the oxygen mask on ourselves first, then we can care for others more, because those of us that are in this state, we usually have big hearts. We like to overgive, we like to help, we like to serve. But when we override our own conscious identity, who we really are, for our survival identity, things can kind of get wired, and we find a life that's just not fulfilling because we're living it really for other people and not for ourselves.
Do you find that there are more women that are like this because we're the people pleasers? We want to please everybody and we navigate this little tightrope?
Oh, absolutely. I know that men, they have their place, they do all the things that they do, but with women, we do inherently have the children. We grow up kind of caring for our siblings, and we are just kind of conditioned by society to care for others. And we aren't taught to how to care for ourselves and care for others at the same time. And so, because we are the ones that carry babies and birth babies and care for the babies after they're born, we are just used to, it's just our natural norm in our system to be looking out for others and to care for others and to kind of see a need, fill a need, and always be of service.
I started following you. I have to admit this. I started following you after doing a little research, and I love your little tidbits that the information that you give out, and you always say, if you know somebody like this, share this. What is the biggest myth that we tell ourselves when we're overwhelmed?
Hmm. That it's going to be better at any moment. That we just hold on tight. Tomorrow, in the next hour, in the next minute, it will be better. And in this fast-paced world, it's just not realistic. And so we have to find, I kind of like to say hummingbird, we'd like to be the stillness and motion, to where how can we still find grounding and peace and all of these things while life keeps going. So that's really, to me, everybody needs this because everybody is living in this really fast-paced world and we don't know what's going to happen next. And so coming into balance, coming back into center over and over and over again is really the best way to regulate our nervous systems and have a life of more peace.
So, can you give us maybe 3 or 4 steps of what people can do first to start the process?
Absolutely. First is to just stop. It's just stop and just take a moment and breathing. I think breathing in this day and age is really underestimated. It's our number one tool. Our breath is always with us. And so for me, my kids, I have 3 teenagers, and my husband know that when mom's doing some breath work, she's regulating your nervous system. So for me, that is absolutely number one. Just stop. Sense the body. Where am I feeling it? Is my mind going really fast? Is my stomach really tight? Is my jaw tight? Is my shoulders tight? So it's starting to just loosen. And then step 3 is going to be bringing in that breath. And sometimes I make it ugly breath.
We all have those days.
Right? So carving those in as many times as possible is honestly one of the just most potent things I think anybody can do. And again, like I said, it's accessible in the car, at work, at home, with the kids, at school, wherever you are, you should be able to access your breath.
And you notice an immediate change once you start
Wow.
taking that time for the breath?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it cues my body, my brain, and my body that I'm safe, that I'm still breathing, that I'm alive, that I'm in control. That I think a lot of times we don't feel like we're in control and we're kind of grasping for things. And that breath is like, oh, if I feel like I have a life completely out of my control right now, I'm just riding the waves, then I can always have my breath. I can always control that. And so that's that first cue with the nervous system that I got this. I got this.
I've got to ask, where did the name the Phoenix Path Collective come from?
Yes. So Phoenix medicine came to me. I've been doing this work, this with clients for about 12 years. And about 7 years ago, I went to adventure in the Amazon, down the Amazon River in Peru, and I ended up with the Matses people, the jaguar people, where the women have reeds that come out of their upper lip like a jaguar. It was a pretty incredible experience. And while I was there, I was able to partake in combo, which is frog medicine. It's a deep detox. They use it for healing medicine and all the things. That's our first go-to. It's non-psychoactive. Well, I was doing the work. I didn't want to actually get sick in front of all these people. So I held on to it. I didn't want to surrender. I didn't want to surrender to the medicine, to the experience, and I held on to it. And what was supposed to be medicine became a toxin in my body. And about a day later, I still hadn't purged the medicine. And the women of the village came in with this elixir. It was like an Indiana Jones moment. It looked almost like red, like blood. And it was the Amazon River water. And they said, drink. And I was so desperate. I was so delirious. I was so sick on the floor of the Amazon that I drank it. And I immediately purged. As I was in this space, the women started praying. They put their hands on me and they were praying over me and singing. And that's when I looked over and the ground literally opened up and Phoenix came out. And it was about, and I just heard rebirth, using fire to release and to regulate nervous system and to really step into the truth of who we are. And the truth of who we are is we're always evolving. We're always changing. We're always rebirthing. The world
Mhm.
is, we are, our lives are. And so this 7 steps of healing with Phoenix, the Phoenix Path Collective, came to me in the middle of the Amazon River. I could just see it all like a comic strip. in front of my face. And so for the last 7 years, I've been really seeing how the process of rebirth works through me in my life and through my clients. And so I'm really excited to start really sharing this with the masses now.
So, how can folks find out more? Where can they find you?
So they can find me through my new Phoenix Path Collective app, which is really exciting. And you can find that either through my Instagram. My handle is the Phoenix Path Collective. I also have my website, thephoenixpathcollective.com. So you can go ahead and go to either one of those places to find me and find all of my programs and my book coming soon also.
Looking forward to it. Krista, thanks so much for your time today. We really appreciate it. And best of luck with the Phoenix Path Collective. I think a lot of folks should take advantage of this. And we'll be right
Thank
back
you
with more
so
Biz
much.
TV right after this.